Hey guys, welcome back to Glowing Hour.
Howdy.
Howdy, what's up? You know what? Today, we're a little lazy. So,
Yes.
we just poured up some Rosé Prosecco because, every day is a celebration and we're going to be that trope of like rosé all day.
I feel like I used to maybe
Bring
use
that
that unironically. There was a post when we went to Texas and we had rosé. Do you remember?
Did you really
I captioned it
rosé all day?
I believe
See,
I did.
I knew it was like that silly trope at the time. I knew it was like a memeable thing to say.
I don't know if I did. Not sure if I knew.
I can't remember. But I really enjoyed rosé at that time.
So who am I to fall for a trope if it's
It was
good?
like, I get why they're saying it. I know it's like corny or whatever if you're going to say that, but like, it's delicious.
I wasn't wearing shirts that said rosé all day or hats.
Okay, good.
You know, like it wasn't that deep.
You weren't going to like a winery trip with a rosé all day t-shirt.
No, I wasn't. No.
Yeah. That's good. It's the least you can do.
Well, cheers.
Cheers.
I guess let's have some. Yeah. Oh, fruity.
Yeah, a little more sweet than I thought it was going to be. Mm-hmm. It's good though.
Anyways, today's fantastic topic was inspired because I don't know when a couple weeks ago I was listening to the Melissa Woodhealth and Danielle, what's her name? Danielle.
We were what? Who were what?
Whatever the name is of her brand.
Listen, me and Sam have like
some unsquashed
beef with her. Like if she fucking even knows this. No, but I think like she's one of those people that we find like is uncancelable, but should maybe be canceled sometimes. And I still don't believe in cancel culture, but it's just she irks me and I don't know why.
I mean, it comes down, if you guys don't know, she has a blog that turned into like a fashion line, and she was apparently stealing designs from small designers or patterns. I don't know the full depth of it, which is why I can't be like, yeah, I fucking hate her. I just know there's something up there, you know?
We're just like irked.
Yeah, I found out enough to be like, weird. And I feel like she never also came out with any statement. She just kept it moving.
Kept it moving, which honestly,
on one hand, I respect,
girl.
But on the other,
you kept the business going.
Oh.
But also, you're stealing.
But also, maybe it wasn't her. But also, you're the owner. It's your name. You still gotta take some accountability. Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
But anyway, you were hate watching.
I was like, I need to see what's up with this. Like, is she a good person? Maybe I'm judging her. I was giving her the benefit of the doubt.
Also, like, we love Melissa Woodhealth, so it's
right.
like,
I said, if she's friends with
girl,
her,
why are you doing this?
Why are you associating? But they've apparently known each other a really long time. The episode, I was kind of looking for some sort of word on the street about everything that went down, but she kind of just bypassed it. Very like, I went through a really hard time. You remember that phase when I was struggling really hard? I was like,
right, girl.
Okay. Like, right. Which, like, was sad. And, of course, I don't want anyone to, like, literally be suicidal or to have those kinds of thoughts. But she just kind of alluded to that time in her life, which probably for the fact that it would just bring the haters out and be like, actually, you're saying something wrong. Like, don't speak on the topic again if you're not going to,
Oh, my God, yeah.
There's, like, no winning. So, anyways, she was speaking about her dating life. And she brought up this concept of the Gaggle of Men. And I immediately voice messaged Mal and was like, girl, what the hell is a Gaggle of Men? Have you ever heard of this? And thus here we are.
Yeah. I've heard of Gaggle of Gays.
A gaggle of gays sounds right. But what does it mean in that context? Same?
Just like, I mean, the word gaggle is used as like a little, like a group of like a bunch of this type of people kind of thing. So like people have said like a gaggle of gays or like a gaggle of white guys or like bros, a gaggle of bros.
Okay.
But in the terms of like gaggle of gays, it's just like when you think of like a group of like gay men like all together, like all the same
like
type.
boys trip, but we're not calling it a boys trip. We're calling
like,
it a gaggle of gays.
Have you seen that movie? It was like a bunch of gay men who go to like an island near like New York, and like they like have like a kind of like a pride like weekend. I forgot what it's called. The main character was like that Asian like gay dude. I forgot his name. Asian gay dude. Fuck, what is it called?
Look.
Was it called like Fire Island? No, it is called Fire Island. Wow, look at me. Fire Island on Hulu.
Huh.
So that's like that's a gaggle of gays.
Let me see them. Are they like popular men?
Like he is. I don't know what else he's in, but he's...
I know, right? The second guy too also looks familiar.
Yeah, so...
Anyways.
Gaggle of gays.
Oh my god. How I Met Your Mother. I mean... How to Get Away with Murder.
Yes.
Way different.
So, gaggle of gays.
Uh-huh.
Never heard it in terms of, like, gaggle of men. But makes sense to a degree.
Yeah. Like, she said it so plainly as if everyone should know what a gaggle of men is. And let's just fucking get into it, because you're probably like, what the fuck is it then? Essentially, the way she explained it was that you have, like, a personal woman, or... I mean, I guess even a guy, a gay man could have this, but a gaggle of men? Now I'm fucking it up.
Like gaggle of gays?
Yeah. See?
Okay, so
that's interesting.
Let me put that into perspective. So I think you would take a gaggle of gays. So like in the movie Fire Island, for example, there is a straight woman, or maybe I think she's also gay, but she's like the only lesbian. You know what I mean?
So she would not be part of the gaggle.
The gaggle of those gays. No. She had her gaggle of gays.
Oh.
So, like, each gay served a purpose for her in some way. Like, this is the kind one. This is the one who parties. That's like kind of the gaggle of gays. You know what I mean?
A gaggle in general.
Gaggle, you know? I'm trying to find my gaggle of lesbos.
Take a sip every time we say gaggle.
Gaggle.
In this episode, dude. Okay.
Gaggle of gays.
So, it could be a gaggle of whoever. Either way, the definition is that each person in that gaggle is serving a purpose.
Right.
And it could be different. You could have a gaggle of friends, and each of your friends serves a different purpose in your life. I don't know. Maybe you do, maybe you don't.
Also, I have no idea if this is what gaggle means, but
true?
This is what we're saying is happening.
Now it is. Now
it's a definition.
Now it's fact, isn't it? So essentially, she was saying that she's dating a few people, but that each of them serve their own purpose. So, like, one you go to concerts with, one you actually sleep with, one you are lazy and watch movies all night with, one you fucking fly in jet set places with. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean...
One is, like, your family boyfriend.
Uh-huh. There for the family-friend interactions.
Yep.
And this is all at once. Don't get it confused with you had your gaggle and those are exes. Like,
no.
This is all current.
So she's kind of saying, like, no longer let's do this whole monogamous shit. Let's do the gaggle of guys.
But not sleeping with all of them.
No, they all serve their purpose.
Yeah, exactly.
But also, I wonder if she's, like, okay with those gaggle of men also having a gaggle of girls.
Of girls. Gaggling. I've never gaggled. Is it a verb?
We're making it one.
I've never gaggled.
I've never gaggled. I've gaggled before.
You've gaggled in your day?
In my day.
Okay.
Not that hard. Not that fucking hard. You know what I mean?
Like how many gaggles? I mean,
like three or four gaggles. 3-4 in the gaggle.
Guys in the gaggle.
Sorry. Yeah.
That's a pretty good rotation.
That's a good rotation.
See,
like, that's what we would call it. Is a rotation.
And they all stayed in that lane.
Correct. No, they did.
Oh, that's interesting.
There was some, like, blurry lines, but nothing crazy.
It's like there was a little intimacy, but not...
The minute they stepped out of the gaggle, of their role in the gaggle,
out.
Things got weird.
Off the
roster, you know?
Oh. Yeah, I can see it being... Maybe it's not, like, the healthiest dating schema there.
No, I wouldn't say it was.
Like, it seems like playing with people's feelings, potentially... You know? It seems like it could hurt someone's feelings.
I got in trouble, so...
Right. Like, it's like, this one's the one that emotionally fulfills me. This is the one that validates me. This is the one I sleep with, though. Like,
and the one you sleep with is my feelings and keep going back to.
The one that's a piece of shit. Like, come on. So, don't fall into that kind of gaggle. Wouldn't recommend.
Would not recommend.
I mean, I guess at the end of the day, don't recommend a gaggle.
I don't think I recommend a gaggle.
I love the concept, though. It's cute.
It's cute. In practicality, I don't think it would work.
At least not for me. I don't have the heart to, like, string. I can string multiple people along.
Is it stringing if they know their purpose?
Well, no. But you could still get yourself in hot water if you're like, this is your lane, you're never getting out of it. And they have this, like, deep down, like, nah.
No, I'm gonna get her.
I'm gonna get her. Yeah. I'm gonna pull all the gaggle moves I have and get out of it.
Damn.
But kind of like, what if someone proposed a gaggle to you?
What do you mean?
They're like, hey, listen, I know we've been talking. I really only like you to go out on dates to movie theaters and and aquariums and stuff. So, like, that's where it's at.
It depends on how I'm feeling.
Okay, like, if you agree with that
Like,
or
if I'm
not.
like, you know, like, I liked you, but, like, it's not that crazy
But, like, it would be cool to
serious.
go to a movie with you still.
Yeah, like, I'd be open to the
They'd be
gaggle.
friends then. Wouldn't that just be your
Yeah.
friend that you...
I mean, but, like, I feel like in them single days, those friends can become blurry. But then that defeats the purpose of the gaggle, right?
I think it defeats... See, that's the thing. If I like you, I like you. Like,
But
I'm
also,
not...
or can it be like a gaggle, like all of the gaggle, like there's like the basic rules of you can kiss, you can touch. Maybe
But no
not necessarily
sex?
like, maybe it's like great
heavy
sex.
petting.
And then it's like,
Oh.
for whatever, you know?
What's
or
the point
like-
then?
Yeah. Okay, maybe then it's just, there's one for that. And then the other one's like, you can kiss a little. You can hold their hand.
The only reason or scenario I can see this working is if you're like literally Drake and you got a girl in different area codes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that they serve the exact same
He has a
purpose.
gaggle
They're
of
just
girls, right?
different places. He's probably rotating that gaggle like nobody's business.
See, I have like this thing where I genuinely feel like he feels alone. The other day, I forgot what we were listening to some song, and Logan goes, "What the fuck did he just say?" And I was like, "Dude, like."
No, you're not going in on him. Dude.
I was like, I don't know, man. I just feel like he's just like sad all the time. And she goes, "Why won't you ever stop seeing him? Like, you'll never stop seeing him for the simp, but you'll like
Even after the Meg
She's like,
thing.
he's just a man." And I'm like.
Yeah.
And she's like, and I'm not saying a man isn't a good in a bad or good. He's just a man. And I was like,
Like a person.
yeah,
He's just a
but
person.
like, no.
But he can do no wrong in my eyes. See,
He
he's the guy that serves the purpose. The
Hey,
unattainable man
listen.
that is just a simp.
He's not God. He can't say shit. You know, like Tory Lanez is going to fucking jail, so it is what it is.
You say you're still wrong, but you're just sad.
His buddy, you know, is
You
a piece
did
of
it because
shit.
you're sad.
I don't even know if they're actually close like that. So
I feel like he did it
he did it for the hype to
Yeah.
literally get shit. He likes to be talked about.
toxic. Toxic behavior. I mean, he has a gaggle. He's toxic. I don't think Drake is not. I don't think he's a bad guy at all. Just don't think he's like.
I don't think he's a good guy.
Yeah, I don't think he's gotten all squared away. Like, it's weird that you have to sign NDAs, but I understand. But also, like, what kind of healthy relationship does that set up if you're not famous as well? Especially.
I don't mind the NDAs. Like, that's fine. I get it. If I was that
You said,
fucking
"Listen,
famous,
I'll
I'd be
sign
like,
it."
period. NDA.
No,
up the
I
ass.
agree.
You walk into my house, NDA.
I agree. It's just like this weird, it creates like this weird struggle.
It's like, you know, at a party,
Power imbalance.
how they have like a book for you to sign in.
A guest
like a guest book where you like, Melissa was here. Love you so much.
It's like
whatever.
also, P.S. You're signing away your life. Never talk about this party
Instead of
ever.
that book, it's just like NDA. NDA. You know?
I want to be Drake's lawyer's assistant so I can attend parties and hand out NDAs.
Do you need two of them?
Hit us up.
Hit us up.
We'll be part of the gaggle, and all we do is that's a job. We literally will take a job. Gaggling, not for I don't think it should be for anyone. I just don't see any scenario where that's gonna work out.
I think gaggle of friendship. Gaggle of friends. That's where it works out. And I think, honestly, that's where I've seen my life go. Where, like, I think before I really wanted to have, like, this huge group of friends that, like, all got together and, like, all knew each other and, like, vibed in the same capacity. But now I either have, like, selected groups, like, very small groups of these, types of people. But for the most part, it's, like, one individual for each gig.
Gig and gaggling.
So I feel like that's the only way that it would work.
Because, like, friendships, you don't take it to that level ever. Like, it's friendship. There's no really,
It's
like,
friendship.
intimacy lines you're crossing that you can't cross in any friendship.
No.
Versus a relationship, there's obvious intimacy boundaries.
Yeah. I feel like the most you could cross is, like, getting really deep with the person. Mm-hmm. And then, like, the rest of the gaggle is either, like, I feel like you would have, like,
a surface level gag?
Like a surface level gag, yeah, person in the gaggle.
Like we're just
is that the noun?
No, I don't think it's person in it. Is it?
Yeah, you would have, like, somebody you party with, somebody that you, like, go to the movies with, somebody that you, like, go and do fucking, like, hobbies like pottery and reading a book with. I don't know, going to the picnics. And then you have somebody who was, like, your deep friend that you call in the middle of the night when your fucking boyfriend breaks up with you. You know, like, that's your different gaggle of people.
I don't think I've ever had a gaggle like that.
Interesting.
Like, I've never really had, like, oh, that's just my party friends.
Good.
You said...
I think, like, that's healthy. I think, like...
See? So the gaggle is weird.
It is. But it's not. I think...
I mean, it's okay to have acquaintances. I guess it's not really...
But the thing is, what I mean? For me, like, a lot of my gaggle... Keep drinking, everybody.
Crosses over.
My gaggle is... Like, a lot of you guys are in the same, like, categories. Like, I would call you and Jen...
Crossover.
Yeah, like, at the same capacity. Yeah, there's a lot of crossovers. I'm, like, thinking about everybody. Yeah, there's a lot of crossovers.
So it's not a gaggle. We are literally speaking on the most random topic of something that I don't even think is genuinely real. I don't
understand.
I don't think it's real. I think it's fake.
I think people have gaggles.
I think unhealthy relationships begin in a gaggle.
Maybe a gaggle just means, like, everyone is an individual type of person in that group.
Maybe it's not as deep as we're making it.
Yeah, maybe not.
Maybe it's just like, oh, she's the crazy one. She's the silly one. Like, she's the quiet one. I love putting people in boxes.
She's the silly one. She's the quiet one. She's the funny one. Oh my God. Cheers, everyone.
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's a right or wrong answer. Do your thing. If you're going to have a gaggle, as long as you're, I guess, communicating it. I just can't imagine a scenario where you're like, hey, by the way, we're just going on dates and never hooking up ever.
I think that person would be like...
Right? I'd be a little bit like,
listen.
What's the point, but like... But like, so we're friends.
Then I'm like, my brain goes to, like, friends with benefits. Like, you know what I mean?
Like, I guess...
Like, I know, like, think about the movie, like, Friends with Benefits and No Strings Attached. But, like, in those movies... Those guys could have been part of the gaggle where, like, they forget about the ending. Mm-hmm. Like, if they so purposefully didn't want to be with these men but wanted to use them for the fact that they were a fun time, they're fun to, like, hang out with, have sex with, that was it. And then maybe part of the other gaggle is, like, maybe there's a bunch of these kinds of guys.
So it's kind of like, I think when you have a gaggle, you're, like, dating without intentions, essentially.
Right. Without, like, the
so
purpose
maybe you are sleeping with, like, the person. You're just kind of seeing where things go, but, like...
So he might be part of the gaggle currently.
So if she won't define the relationship and you guys are sleeping together, she probably has a gaggle of you.
So watch out.
Just kidding. Terrible advice. But I don't know. Has anyone been part of a gaggle? Like, do you know? I feel like sometimes you do and sometimes you don't. Like, there might be
I'm wondering if I've ever been in a gaggle, like, part of a gaggle.
Like, you were someone else's
girl
in the gag.
Fuck?
You
put me in the gaggle?
Who the fuck is putting me in a gaggle? I deserve to be the bitch.
I don't think I ever was part of a gaggle.
Honestly, I don't think I ever put myself out there enough to be part of a gaggle.
Fair enough.
You know? Like, maybe a rotation to some degree, like, going on multiple dates with people, but not, like, she's never gonna be.
This is the girl I go to the beach with. Like, just that.
Imagine. I mean, I'd be down to go to the beach. Like,
put me in that gaggle.
I said, put me in the gaggle where we just have beach plans, because let me know. But I'm just kidding. That actually sounds awful. Yeah. Let us know your thoughts on gaggles. This really is the topic.
I think we're just still confused by it. So if you have any more insights on what this gaggle means, it's generally something we're wondering about.
Curious if it's something we should implement in our lives.
How does it fit into your life? How do you obtain it for your lifestyle.
How do you end a gaggle?
Oof, it sounds messy. I think you choose one of the gaggle parts.
Right?
Or you, like, outside of the group.
You end up deciding there's someone worthy committing full time.
Yeah. Or you find that one of the gaggle members can fit all categories, and you're like, there I was.
I just don't know how you can spread yourself so thin across multiple people. Which, like, on one hand, I, like, idealize that. Like, oh my God, they're, like, really getting out there. They're seeing the world. The world.
So many penises is what you're saying, girl. Anyway.
The world. And I'm like, yeah, I get it. I wish I could, like, actively be going on dates and blah, blah. I'm like, but I'd be tired.
I think people who live like that, maybe I'm wrong, but, like, I feel like a lot of the time that stuff is, like, that comes from fucking movies and, like, TV shows, like... Sex and the City really traumatized our brains of like, you need to go out there and literally date 17 men in 1 week. Like,
but also Sex and the City was like a 30-minute episode. 30? Were they an hour? I don't know. 30 minutes?
Something like that.
And it was like over the time period of X amount of days or weeks. So it feels like, oh my God, because it's also just back to back to back.
Literally, we're just binging.
You're binging it, and it's like, oh, they're dating a lot.
Yeah. Also, though, like... I'm not going to discredit the show for what it was at the time. Like, that show was showing women that they could be, like, promiscuous or, like, they could have this lifestyle.
They could be
like
all
men.
These different things, facets. And it's all okay.
Like, yeah, they're not promiscuous is what I meant to say. Like, they can be... They are allowed to be
confident, sexy, alone. They could be creative.
In their 30s, too. Like...
Raging.
You know.
Such a good show. Like,
just because you're alone in your 30s doesn't mean you're, like... Doing it wrong.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
But anyway.
I don't think they had a gaggle. There was no episode on Gaggles of Men, was there? Maybe Samantha.
I think Samantha had the gaggle down. But maybe for
Sounds
her...
like a sex
I think
move.
for her, it's like different types of men to have sex with. Like different types of sex was her gaggle.
Her gaggle was all around
She had a niche gaggle of men.
A niche gaggle. Wow.
This gaggle got really far. So,
I love it.
If you literally know what this means, let us know. Because I am still confused.
We'll have to do a clarifying episode if
somebody
we're way
reaches
off.
out.
Yes, if we're like, that's definitely not what we were talking about at all.
We thought it was a fun topic, though, in terms of, like, this concept could be cool.
It has the potential to be so fun and fresh for the right person. I don't think I'm the right person to do a gaggle.
Neither am I.
But that doesn't mean it doesn't work for somebody. I mean, my stance right now is that it maybe is toxic. Not to say that if my friend was doing it, I'd be like, you're doing something wrong. I would just be like, that sounds hard.
Like, how are you doing it?
Maybe toxic is too far. It just sounds hard.
I could see it working for, like, the very extroverted person who, like...
Stimulation.
Needs constant stimulation and, like, can't be really alone. Not in a bad way, but, like...
and then there's the toxicity.
Maybe it's not bad, but I think that's just, like, their way of being is, like, they like to be constantly around other people. I was gonna bring somebody particular up, but I'm like, they are probably toxic about it. Yeah, I don't know. I can't figure this concept out. So
we're mind blown.
That's gonna be it for this episode.
Like, I
actually mind blown. So anyway, if you enjoyed this episode, if you enjoyed this this week's main segment,
yes,
you know, just keep listening to us and give us a lot of love, whether that be by following us or, you know, following the podcast pages, like, on their individual platforms. I don't know how to describe that every single time I bring it up.
I know. We have so many things to say at the end. I'm like, you guys know what you're doing.
You know what you're doing.
You listen to podcasts. Come on, I know.
Just interact the way that you know
Give us
how
the
to.
love. Yes.
And we'll respond and appreciate it.
Yes.
So,
and give us feedback if you like these short and sweet episodes. Sometimes it's nice to just give you something
short.
Top of noggin. Just a quick little rant.
Just a quick little, what do you think about this?
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway. So we'll catch you next week. Bye.